Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Illuminous 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection technology. Again, I'll show you our beautiful wallpaper screens. And also too, we are looking at bringing out a rear projection wallpaper projection screen. So we're kind of thinking about it and we're working on it. I may have one here pretty soon. Same surface, but it's going to be a very interesting, it's going to be a transparent screen. Alright, so first things first, let me show you how amazing the screen looks. So you can see it for yourself, how beautiful these screens are. And this is a 100% black screen that has amazing white levels, as you can see, extremely bright. Now my projector sits back around 12 feet and 5 inches. We've also done this demonstration on a Casio projector and eco mode level 5. Using just the factory settings. If you're curious to see that demonstration, I will post that in the bottom of the comments section. Also to the screen being used on my Sony 1100 lumen projector, because some people feel because I'm using a 4300 lumen projector, 1920 by 1200, that I'm basically just we call overkill the image. But no, I've done this demonstration using much lower projectors, even demonstrations outside. So if you're curious to look at those demonstrations, check it out for yourself. Now, I've been having a bit of a discussion with some customers who may own this particular projector. It's called the Viva or Vava. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but it's a VAV 4K projector. And as I said before, when these things first came out, if the projector specifications weren't legit, we do not support it. It will not go at the bottom of that list. And I've had customers contact me about wanting to use our screen paint with those projectors, and we have clearly stated we will not support the projector due to the fact that projector number one claimed to be 6,000 lumens. And I have customers contacting me telling me that they want to be able to use our screen paint to be able to use their projector in a fully lit environment. What I find interesting and strange about this is the fact that a projector of 6,000 lumens ultra short throw, which sits less than a foot away from the wall, is having issues with producing a bright enough image. And I had even some customers even say, I'm not going to show the emails, but even state that the projector looks like it's coming in around 2,500 lumens. Now it states that on their specifications if you go look up the projector. Now one of the other things is the 4K capability. If you go to the original website, it says in specifications it does not give a pixelation count, which means it does not give a 4K pixelation count, proving that the projector is equal to 4K in pixelations. Now it says it use something called 4K shifting. Now for some people that have been coming on my site and saying I don't know what 4K shifting is, my friend, I have been around when projectors were reel to reel. So trust me, I know what 4K shifting is. It's the same thing if you're using a form of compressing, because they used it in 1080p back in the day. When it came to the old Comcast boxes, they were using DVI, which is a form of compressed HD. So that's what it was. All right, so I'm going to show you right here. We're at Projector Central. All right. Now you should be able to pull up any projector you want at Projector Central at their database. If I come over here and I put in VAVA 4K projector, all right, and I press enter to pull up the specifications. All right. Now either when you pull the specifications up, it should be on the first or second. Anyone can do this research for themselves. So if I click on the first one, I'll show you what I'll get on the projector. It goes straight to Amazon. That you should not be getting. We'll go back. And then we'll hit the second one, which I don't think it's going to be it, under Dell. These are all the links that come up under this projector. None of I don't think any one of these are coming up under Projector Central. So I'm looking for it right along with you. See if we can find it. All right, so let's look at this right here. These are all the projectors that they're bringing up, different ones that they have. All right. They have their 4K projector right there. All right, now let's keep scrolling down. We have the Optima P1. Someone tried to tell me an Optima P1 was using pixel shifting. No, that's an actual 4K projector. Now, if you look at the bottom, it shows the projector down here, which is the vava 4K TV laser projector. And this is all they got to say about it. Okay, so this is what they're saying about it, okay? And that's it. And then we just move on to the next projector, which is the ViewSonic projector right here. Now, there's no specification sheet that will pop up under this projector. All right, let's see right here if we got one right here. Now, this is some information to have on it, but there's no information on here stating the projector's contrast capabilities. There's nothing here stating the projector's, sorry, I just came out of that menu altogether. There's nothing there specifying the projector's contrast capability, lumens capability, nothing. Oops, projector. So as we scroll down, you see it for yourself. You can do this for yourself. All right, I'm not doing this live because keep in mind, like I said, it's very late. So as I'm looking around, I'm looking, here's the Optima P1 right there, Optima Launch P1. All right, now if I go in here and I type in, like I said, there's nothing coming up on this projector at all, period, on Projector Central. There's no contrast, there's not showing any form of contrast on the projector. There's no information on the projector's native resolution. There's no information on the lumen count on the projector, nothing. All right, but if I come in here and I type in the simple projector, which is a PX747, this is a 4K projector right here. This is ViewSonic's 4K projector. All right, and I come over here and I click, you will see all this information on the ViewSonic projector. And all I have to do is just hit one of these options right here, which will bring me to the ViewSonic projectors right here. As I see me scroll all the way down. Now if I click on here, this will bring up the projector because it's legit. It's a real projector, real 4K projector. And in the bottom, you will see right here when it says screen resolution, which is the native resolution of this projector, is 3840 by 2160. Now, let's come over here for a minute. If I type in, what is the native resolution for 4K? 3840, 2160. You see this right here? This is the native resolution. This is the projector's ability to do 4K. Any projector, and keep in mind, if this is the case, that means no TV that claims to be 4K, or no other product that claims to be 4K, not even graphic cards that claim to be 4K. That means all of them are using a form of pixel shifting or pixel compressing. That's what it's using? No. They are have enough pixels to complete a 4K image. Now you see that crystal clear? You see where I showed you the ViewSonic? I can go back here and I can pull up any projector. Very easy research. Anybody can do it. Some people choose not to do it because they don't want to. 4K projectors. All right, any 4K projector, true 100% 4K projector is going to have their native resolution displayed. All right, here's the Optima 4K. This is an Optima 4K projector. All right. Now you're looking at it right there. Now I've got an email. I don't know if it's from their company, but somebody emails me from time to time, and it's the same email. You can send me emails from sun up to sundown. It doesn't make a difference. You're not going to convince me that that projector is 4K. That projector is not 4K. That projector is a 1080p projector using pixel shifting capabilities that give you the illusion that you are doing 4K. You are not doing 4K on that projector at all, in any way whatsoever. Here we go. This is the Optima. Optima's 4K projector right there. If I can figure, I just had it just a few minutes ago. Right there, which says native resolution 3840 by 2160. Any true 4K projector will display the pixel count on their projector and any specification. That's how you know which one's real. If you don't see that pixel, if it's telling you needs pixel shifting, and nowhere in this projector's specification sheet is it saying that it's using pixel shifting. Why would it need pixel shifting if it already has enough pixels to complete 4K? Pixel shifting is only used on projectors that are 1080p that have the ability that do not have the ability to produce 4K. Now, let's come over here for a minute and look at this. This is the meaning of pixel shifting. I want you to read through this really quick what it says. Or just read through it carefully. Permits the recovery of a 1920 by 1080p. All right? With the native of 1080p. Keep in mind, this allows for the screen to be able to shift the pixels to make the image tight enough, to make the pixels tight enough to produce an image that may come close to looking to 4K, but it's not 4K. Produces an officially 4K image. You understand? An image, a close enough 4K image. It doesn't do video. It comes close to producing an image, not a video. 4K, officially 4K image. Now, let's come over here for a minute. We'll have this, like I said, we can have this discussion all day long. This is the conversation that I had with the company. The projector specifications are fake. It comes off as a 4K projector with a native resolution of 1920 by 1080p. Even on your official website, you have the projector specification native resolution marked 4K. I own several 4K projectors, which I have, and I own a business and home theater, which I know about this stuff. And just to add, even if the ViewSonic PX474 4K projector is even the ViewSonic PX747 4K projector gets a proper pixel 4K count native resolution of the projector, which it does, and not 1920 by 1080p. There is no in between. Sorry, but it sounds like another fake projector. All right, now at the bottom, this is what they state at the bottom. At the bottom, they state, bring this up so you can see this. They state at the bottom, the Viva or Vava web projector is a 1080p pixel shifting 4K projector which can receive and display a 4K image. Now it's using a DOP, which is a pixel shifting from 1920 to 1080p to 3840 to 2160. So you're telling me that this machine has the ability to be able to generate new pixels. Now, since it doesn't have the ability to generate new pixels, that means it is squeezing the pixels tightly together, or it's called compressing. That's what's actually called compressing the pixels tightly together to be able to produce a somewhat 4K image. That is virtually impossible. Now, you may get a sharper image than 1080p or 1920, but you're not reaching a true 4K image. It is not true 4K. It's not that it may look 4K. It's the fact that are you achieving 4K? That's the equivalence of you going out and buying an expensive car such like a Bugatti, and it says because it has the name on it, it doesn't have the engine, the parts, or anything on it that makes it a Bugatti. All right, you just have an emblem on it. Same thing here, they mark it as a 4K. It is not a 4K projector. You could send me all the emails in the world. You're not going to convince me that this is a 4K projector. You do not want to send this projector here because I will test this projector 6,000 lumens in our environment and it will fail miserably because it's not going to produce an image on our screen. Now, I've had customers contact me, and I'm not going to show you the customers who went in and contacted me on this particular projector. One of the problems they were having, that the image was not bright enough on the projector. Now, if I go back here and I put in the ultra short throw laser projector specifications, this is what it brings up on the page. It says that the projector is 3840 by 2160. So back there it said it was native 1080p. It's up to 2500 lumens, and then you're talking about 6000 lumens at source. Now keep in mind, how is the projector starting off 2500 lumens and then jumping automatic to 6000? That'd be like if my Sony here was coming in, I bought the projector and the lumens on the projector were around 400 lumens, and it jumps from 400 lumens to 4300 lumens. That's not possible. I'm sorry, but that is not possible that a projector automatically would have the technology to be able to increase the lumen count on the projector. It is 2500 lumens. That's what it comes in at, because I've had customers contacting me asking me if it's possible, if for some reason when they're using the screens, they don't have the ability to be able to produce an image such like so in a fully lit environment due to the fact that the projector is not producing a bright enough image. Now keep in mind, when you're using an ultra short throw projector, there is less of a distance that the lumens have to travel from A to B. If you're using this in a fully lit environment, you may start off with 6000 lumens, but time the lumens actually make contact with the screen, and depending on how much light you have in the environment, that's how many lumens that will drop off that projector before it makes contact with the screen. The screen has to be to produce a bright enough image to produce a bright enough image to produce a bright, beautiful image right back at you. All right, so people see me using 4300 lumens. When my projector kicks off from A to B, tons of these lumens are going to drop before it makes contact with the screen. That's why we do a lot of demonstrations outside, because keep in mind 4300 lumens dies very fast outside. Now keep in mind that my projector sits 12 feet 5 inches from the screen, where these projectors are sitting less than a foot at 6000 lumens, and the image is still coming up too dim. Now, if that's the case, then there's something wrong there, because it should be much brighter due to the fact that the lumens have a very, very, very short distance to travel and less interference with the light that's in the surrounding environment. These are things that people need to look at when you buy a product instead of spending money on this projector. Now keep in mind, the company could sit there and say, well, this, that, and the other all day long, unless you can prove to me that the native resolution is 4K, unless you can prove to me that this projector produces an image in a fully lit environment. Now keep in mind, as I said before, when you look at some of these projectors or projection screens out here in the market, they are using ambient light controlled environment, which means the projector has been set in an environment that is comfortable for the projector and makes the projector look nice. Now, if you were to add this into your everyday harsh environment, you may be using more light than they're using in the demonstration, then the projector is going to have some issues. As we do our demonstrations outside and extreme lighting, we know if you stick this thing into a normal environment, or even an environment that may be using a tad more light, that the screen is going to be to produce a much better image, because it's used to going through much harsher stress tests. And look how beautiful the image looks on my screen in a fully lit environment. See how beautiful this looks? And this is the same kind of image they want from their projector. Now I can see if they're saying, okay, we want more contrast, because if you use any form of short throw projector, name brand or knockoff, well, name brands are not going to work in our room, but any form of projector, keep in mind if you're using this on a white wall or a light gray screen, you are not going to be able to pick up contrast, and contrast means different colors become deeper, more blue, more richer colors, and more richer reds and stuff like that, which I explained in the video before this one or before the other one. So that's the reason why contrast is important. And this is the reason why we will not support this projector on any level whatsoever. Now, I've been receiving emails. I'm not even going to look through the other one. You can't convince me that the projector is 4K. And like I said, I see it as it is. No one's going to sit there and tell me that all 4K projectors are using pixel shifting, because they're not. Pixel shifting is used, or pixel compressing is used to make a projector look very close to 4K. Keep in mind, they had this back in 1080p. When 1080p came out, all 1080p TVs were converted over into 1080p, and you had a lot of, instead of using HDMI, a lot of them were using a form of HDMI to DVI, which is a form of compressed 1080p. It's a higher version of 720p, but it's not actually 1080p. So let me see. We'll go back here. Sorry. So you can see any projector that is producing 4K is going to have the native resolution of their projector, the pixels. All right. So you can see it for yourself. All right. You can't sit there, and I know these are customers that pretty much own this projector. Someone told me that the PX747 4K ViewSonic projector is using pixel shifting. Why would it need pixel shifting to begin with if the projector's native resolution is 4K? It literally has enough pixels to be able to produce 4K. So why would you need pixel shifting to begin with? Now, if you had pixel shifting where the pixels were shifting from A to B to keep images from burning into the screen, that I could understand, all right? But this is not so. They're using a form of pixel shifting to compress the image to make it look like 4K. I think people had that confused. When plasma TVs came out, they had something that would actually shift the pixels around the screen, and this kept the image from burning into the plasma TVs. Now they're thinking this is the same reaction that people are getting if they're using you would get this if you're using a TV, and if the TV was plasma, but they don't use pixel shifting in TVs anymore, or any way to actually move the pixels around, because TVs now really don't have that much of an issue with them burning an image into the screen. This happened when plasma TVs were coming out. Now, pixel shifting on a projector wouldn't have that problem with you burning an image into the screen, because the screen is actually either a wall painted coated with our technology or a projection screen, which would not be an issue. This would only become an issue if the pixels were actually tightened together to make, as you can see right there, tightened together to make a 4K somewhat image, not video. As you're seeing right there, this is the definition, and this is on WikiLinks or Wikipedia. That's showing you this. This is what it means. So for those of you who want to sit there and challenge me and saying I don't know what I'm talking about, you really need to do your homework. I'll bring this up a little closer so you can see this for yourself. It's compressing. That's all it is. So you're not really receiving an actual 4K image. See right here? Guy did a video on it. 4K projectors explaining native 4K versus pixel shifting. So it simply tells you that there are projectors out there that are native 4K. They are real 4K. Pixel shifting is basically a watered down version of 4K. It is not real 4K. It is still 1080p. But you need to do your research and look at it before you buy. That's all I can say. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I hope you, like I said, I'm going to read more up on this. So you need to do you need to do your research. And like I said, I stand by my decision 100%. There's no way you're going to convince me that a 1080p can be converted into a 4K projector, native 4K projector. No, no. I'm sorry. See right here where it says right here? What is 4K pixel shifting? The shifting motion is so fast, it fools the viewer into perceiving the results as... So bottom line, it's fooling you to make you believe that you are seeing a 4K resolution image. However, since the pixel shifting is only half a pixel, see, this is what it explained to you. So you're really not getting it. You're not getting 4K. Let me blow this up a little bit for you so you can see this. We can blow this up. So you can see this for yourself. You can research all this yourself. So you're really, it's just fooling you to make you believe that you're getting that, but it's not 4K. You can't advertise something to be 4K when it's not 4K. Now, if they came on and said, okay, and use this pixel shifting technology to give you the ability to come close to 4K, there you go. Now you're telling me something that is the truth. But if you're telling me that it produces 4K, it's not producing 4K. And like I said, you can't argue. No one can sit there and argue and say, well, guess what? You know, I don't believe it. Well, I have right here. This is the conversation I had in the room. This is basically which was explained to me in the room. And in that conversation, as you can clearly see, we'll bring it up a little bit. As you can clearly see, this is what was spoken back to me, that the projector is 1080p, pixel shifting 4K projector, which can receive and display 4K images. It said images, keep in mind, it didn't say video. It has a single DOP chip which pixel shifting from 1920 to 1080p to 3840 to 2160. Something's wrong there. That's when I said to him at the bottom, I said, even if it's a 4K image, this is a native resolution of 1920, meaning you're using a compressed 4K, but you're advertising that the projector does 4K when it doesn't. This is what I'm explaining to them. There's two different forms of 4K. A lot of people realize there's 4096 by 2160 and 4K. So keep in mind, so you can see this is the actual site, not somebody basically posting a fake account. There is the site right there that we're having the conversation on. So you can see this is the actual site, because somebody think that somebody who came in and used their tag or whatever to make up their projector. So right here, to actually pose as somebody working for the company. Now we'll go to the official website. Now on the official website, let me just bring this down some. We'll go to the official website. So the official website, I get all to work out here. And I want to look for resolution on the projector. And if I scroll at the bottom, all right, it says right here, resolution on the projector is just marked at 4K. There's no pixel count there at all. So what is the actual pixel count? They can't put 1080p down, because if they put 1080p down, the projector, then people are going to see it for what it is. Now, if they put down a 1080p projector, which has the ability to, with pixel shifting capability, then that's something I can understand, because you're telling people that it's not 4K. It's just basically a, a 1080p projector that has the ability to shift the pixels to a somewhat simulated 4K. All right, so let's go back here a moment. Now, you see the fellow here in this video. I'm going to mute his voice because I don't do showing people's voices. I don't like to project people's voices. Now, this is not the fellow right here. It's just commercial popping up. Let's go past this for a minute. And I want to show you the projector as he has it here on the wall. Just want to show you this part, which I found quite interesting. Now, this is a projector on the wall at 6,000 lumens. That's not a 6,000 lumen projector. There's nowhere in the world that's a 6,000 lumen projector that dim against a white wall. That is around 2,500 lumens, 2,500 or 2,600 lumens at the most. And that's 6,000 lumens, and the projector sitting less than a foot away from a screen, where this is my screen right here at 4,300 lumens, sitting back 12 feet and 5 inches from the screen. See how deep the blues are? And see how faded the blues are here? Something's just not right there. Now, you see the soccer game there? Let me show you something real quick. If I can get it to come up. If it does come up. Let's see if we can bring it to this right here. Clear it. If it brings it up. If it doesn't bring it up, we'll move on from there. If we can bring it up. But I'm saying for a projector that is doing 6,000 lumens, 6,000 lumens at, I haven't seen this demonstration. Oh, it looks so nice on the screen, doesn't it? For a projector that's doing 6,000 lumens, there's no way in the world the image should be that should ever be that that dark. I mean, that not that dark. It shouldn't be that now see how the image looks? It should never look that faded for 6,000 lumens. My projector is 4,300 lumens. It's not 4K, it's 1920 by 1200. It sits back 12 feet and 5 inches from the screen. It's a WXGA projector. Now you see what our technology, how beautiful. Now keep in mind, this is the projector. Our technology makes the projector look absolutely incredible. Now if I were to pause it here and take the screen and bring it up, bring it the way up, because I have lens shifting capability, this is the image that you would be getting without our technology. You get a faded image. See how bright and beautiful the picture looks like candy. This is what our technology looks like. Now look at this. This is 6,000 lumens sitting less than a foot. And this is 4,300 lumens sitting 12 feet and 5 inches back. So what they want is customers want their technology, want their projector like this to look like this. And we can't do that because your projector's specifications won't come up proper on our screen. So we do not support the projector. I'm sorry, but we can't support it. Because the reason why we don't support fake projectors, the last thing I want is for a customer to purchase our product and then get home and say, hey, the image is not pulling up. I can't see the screen, it's too dark because your lumen count is falsified. You see how beautiful that image looks? Okay, now really quick, our wallpaper screens are available on our website with free worldwide shipping. Also too, like I said, we are working on a rear projection screen package pretty soon. They'll be available. Also to check out the ViewSonic projector that is available on our website. It does have the capability of doing 235.1. Keep in mind those projectors easily sell for $400 and $500. How beautiful the white levels are. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. I got this right. Alright, nope, that's not the right one. I was looking for when they have one basically on soccer, which is really, really cool. And I wanted to show off that one, but for some reason I can't seem to track it down. Usually they have it on an LG or Samsung. One of them had that, one of them has a demonstration. But like I said, any one of these videos I pull up this screen is going to look absolutely incredible. Let's go back to, I saw one of them actually, so all I want to do real quick. All these are going to look fantastic on here. It doesn't make a difference what I pick. You see how beautiful the picture is? But I'm sorry, if you do own one of these projectors, as I said before, we do not support them at all. We just don't support them. We don't support knockoff projectors. We just don't. Now, I'm not going to go into some of the conversations I've had with customers who've actually owned these projectors and problems they're having with them, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And like I said in our statement, we do not support them. This is not a projector that our company will back. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I have to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.